Join me today for another exciting episode of Spinning My Wheels. Welcome back to those of you who have been here before. Welcome to those of you who are new to the channel. The main part of this is going to be fairly short, and then I'm going to have a little bit of some speculations and whatnot. Been trying to make a new video to relay the latest news of the OGL for the last few days. So far, the shortest one was an hour and a half because we're in an awful lot of places with speculation and trying to actually approach things from a level-headed view of like, well, I can understand why they would do X, why they would do Y, and maybe it's just big misunderstanding here, and we wanted to approach things in fairness, just in case. However, all of that has probably just been rendered irrelevant because it would appear that Wizards of the Coast has somewhat relented on their plans. They are now saying that they're not going to attempt to repeal, revoke, deauthorize, whatever, the OGL 1.0A, and are in fact going to take the entire SRD, I believe 5.1, and put it into the Creative Commons. And they're not going to do that. As of the announcement, they have officially done that. And so that's irrevocable. Like, that's all of that is now out there for everyone to use. Now, it takes someone a little more versed in the nuance of those two to explain exactly what that means and why both and why not one or the other. Because, at least to me, I would think you don't have to do one or the other. But the SRD appears to be everything that you would need to basically just make a clone of 5th edition. Barring, trademarked material. But like the classes, the races, it looks like the whole shebang is in there from what one of the gentlemen covering it was going over. I'm driving, so I haven't had a chance to look at it myself, but so that appears to be what has happened, and I guess the surveys and their statement were overwhelmingly to the, hey, just quit trying to mess with this and we're cool. And so that appears to be the message they took, because they're shutting down the survey early. But yeah, we're talking huge percentages, 80% and above, basically saying, please don't shut this down, put the stuff in the SRD, expand the SRD, put it out in the Creative Commons, and that's what they've done. So, for any of you out there listening who helped cause the ruckus to get their attention and everything, thanks. Apparently, it actually had an impact. And, so now here we are. I wasn't quite to the level I was going to boycott the movie, but I'm definitely not now. So, and still weary because they did attempt to do these things, but definitely a major step in the right direction, correcting a lot of the problems. At least for me personally, the biggest problem was the trying to alter the deal that appeared to be inalterable, followed by trying to replace it with an objectively worse deal. So now, if they still want to have that terrible deal for 6th edition, I have less of a problem with that, because you're not being forced to try to do it to keep your business afloat. Going in what the deal is, so you have the choice. You don't have to make 6th edition material. So I have a lot less of a problem with that. I still don't like a lot of the clauses they were trying to push that I imagine they're still going to try, at least in some form, I would have to imagine. But again, you know, now at least you know what you're getting yourself into. So it's far less of an issue for me personally. I mean, I don't think I'd want to sign it. But, you know, at least you know, and you don't feel like you're being forced to sign it just to keep doing what you are already doing. You know, now if you want to stay with 5th edition material, you can. At least that's the way it appears at the moment. And also, if I want to look for a bright spot from Wizards of the Coast here, assuming this isn't just to placate everyone and then to still do the other, this could be taken as a sign that they are actually confident that 6th edition will be so much better that people will want to sign that contract. You know, that could be a sign of them actually having confidence in their product, because I took a lot of this as them not having confidence in their product. Them knowing that the only way the new version would succeed is if they torpedoed the current version. So, if I want to look for a bright spot here from Wizards of the Coast, aside from the fact that they apparently did listen, which that's good, but I think this also shows that maybe, you know, we've got to see what happens, obviously. Maybe they do actually have confidence in 6th edition standing on its own, and their virtual tabletop standing on its own merits. Because I have to imagine that if the comments about the amount of money that they've invested in the tabletop are true, that they're going to continue with that plan, and possibly continue with trying to convert everyone to that method. Now, maybe they realized that obviously right now that's just not going to work, and so maybe they're going to take a slower approach, which is, in my opinion, better off for them anyway, because I think if they slowly phase in their virtual tabletop and then on its own merits show that it is objectively better than the others that are out there, which it could be because they have the money to put behind it to make it better, then people will be willing to pay for it. And then over time, you start phasing in you get this exclusively on the virtual tabletop. Oh, that's not really going to wind up in a print book anywhere. You know, over time, you get people to the virtual tabletop, and then in time, most of your new players just go straight to it. And then, you know, then you're set. As long as you just keep a constant flux of new players coming in, the majority of them are probably going to go to that because they're going to look at, oh, hey, I hear this Dungeons & Dragons thing is pretty cool. Let me see what Google has to say about it. Oh, it's a virtual tabletop. Okay, you know, then 90% of them will go to that instead of saying, oh, hey, look, what's this? People play this in real life, you know. So, you know, just through attrition, they'll win out, and so they just have to take a little bit slower tack to it. That, to me, that should have been their plan if they were going to go that route. But also, you know, make some actual D&D video games. Like, I've played D&D video games, like Neverwinter Nights 2 was great. I mean, the original campaign was kind of boring, but, you know, the 2 expansions were great. And, you know, everyone raves about Planescape. I haven't had a chance to play it myself. And the other Baldur's Gate games. I've played the Dark Alliance games on the console. They're more hack and slash, but, you know, they're entertaining games. You know, just get a few of those things out there. Get people used to playing D&D as a video game. And then that'll funnel people into the virtual tabletop as well, I would think. But anyway, without extending this video to an hour here, just want to, you know, would appear that victory has been achieved, at least of some level, and in a way that Wizards of the Coast is able to save some kind of face. Not a lot, but you know, coming out as, okay, we listened, and as long as this is like the first of a number of gestures in that direction, they might over time be able to repair the damage. That remains to be seen. I know, at least for our group, I think we are going to attempt to try some other settings. Like Brad's really been getting into the Pathfinder 2 character builder, so we might try Pathfinder 2 at some point. And we've got a couple. I've got to make sure that they came out okay. But we've got a couple Pathfinder 2 character builder videos that Brad's already made, and as long as those are looking good, that's probably going to be a new segment that we're going to have on here. Which now, thanks to this, we might also have, you know, 5th edition characters in there as well. And we'll just have a general character builder kind of thing. We'll see on that. But yeah, there's other systems we want to try, just that we wanted to try even before all this, but this is giving us a little more impetus to really give it a go. And some of our projects that we've moved to that have moved a little beyond the discussion phase, you know, we might now be able to at least officially have a 5th edition adaptation for some of them. Like I said, we'll have to wait for legitimate analysis to make sure this all means what we think it means, but yeah, we'll see. But anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully you watched it all the way through, because this is probably one of the shortest videos on our channel. You know, we always appreciate the like, subscribe, share, comments down in the comments, especially comments. You know, we get a lot of action down there that does inform some of our videos. If you look back, you can definitely see that some of the comments definitely led to some of the videos. So, but yeah, overall, this appears to be a win, and this might actually be the supposed win-win situation that Wizards of the Coast claimed they had, you know, 3 press releases ago. You know, it's something anyway. So here's hoping that this all works out. And to be clear, we should not abandon the good folks at the ORC. They put it out there, and their efforts definitely helped bring this on. So we need to see what they come up with, and remember, one of the things that's supposed to make our capitalist system work is competition, and legitimate competition is good. You know, it forces people to up their game. Occasionally forces them to lower their prices. You know, like, legitimate competition is good. And even if it's literally everybody versus Wizards of the Coast, that's still competition. So we'll see how that all shakes out. We'll keep watching that, and we'll definitely be checking out some of the other systems, and definitely checking out other products. Try to do reviews of those as we pick them up. You know, let you guys know what we got, our opinion of them. Hopefully we get the chance to use them in the game sometime in the near future. But we don't play very often, so that's kind of an iffy scenario. But anyway, I'm rambling on and making the video too long now. So anyway, thank you folks for watching, and we'll catch you on the flip side.